Hello, everybody. Welcome to Art City Comics, the world famous Art City Comics. I am Adam AF. Joining me today, we have the wonderful Carla Tornielli.
Hello. Thank you, Adam, for inviting me today.
Happy to have you back.
Yeah.
We're also joined by the one and only, the Red Gaze.
Howdy, howdy, good people.
Howdy, howdy. Hail to the chat. Thank you guys for joining us this afternoon. We've got Not Joe Fuago in the chat. He says frog emoji and middle finger. Okay. Middle finger to you too.
Appropriate.
Triple R was the first one here. He says Poppy. And
Poppy.
I don't know if Do Shitu is still hanging around. He says Poppy's Fudge. So because we also had the Fudge was made an appearance earlier
Poppy
as well.
The Fudge has been elusive lately.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
I don't know. I'm going to say bad. I like
Bad?
the Fudge.
I think we do need some more Fudge. I don't know where he's been. Hey, we got Lola Meats joining us as well. Hail Lola Meats. And the man Chimera Comics, the Nasser 2.0, Neo Nasser. How are you doing? It says sup losers with a Z. Wow, what a gay wad saying with a Z. Oh, we also got Crystal McGee. Hail Crystal McGee. And we've got El Gargoyle. Hail large of small pinups. Large or small pinups? I'm not sure what he's... I don't know what he's doing there.
Whichever you choose, my friend.
Always go large.
I'd say always go large. Better safe than sorry, right?
When it does, go large.
Definitely.
Yeah, Do Shitu, yes, he is still here. Hail Comicsgate, hail War Campaign. Hail Do Shitu. Good. Thank you for joining us. We're here closing out the Grim Reaper. I don't know if you guys have backed this campaign yet. We are down to the last remaining... Oh, that's the wrong tab. There we go. Okay, all right. It's showing the right tab, but I clicked the wrong one. Okay. This is what happens when I start on time. I don't have all my shit together. The Grim Reaper 2, we are down to the last 9 hours of this campaign. If you have not backed it, I suggest doing so you can get your book in a very timely fashion. Comic shops are closing all across the nation. So we, as Comicsgate, have to step up and really fill that void. And what better way to fill that void than with a copy of Grim Reaper 2?
Right.
Yep.
We're now the first and last line of defense.
That's right, we are. I think our job has become ever more important.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and you can also get 3 books for $30. So.
Yeah, this is talk about a great. People bitch all the time about how CG books are. Well, it's $25 for a 24-page floppy or 48-page book is blah blah blah. You guys are offering 3 physical copies. You can get the issue 1, the second issue, and then the spin-off, all for $30. So that is $10 an issue. How many pages of story?
Well, in combination of the 3 books is more than 100. The first book is 36 pages. The second one is more than 40 pages. I would say it's almost like 50 something. And then we have 20 plus pages in the spin-off. I'm saying plus because I always end up adding more pages. It's never less. It's always more. So yeah, it's gonna be more than 100 pages in total.
You sound like an awful lot like Sim. Sim, I have to whip that boy into to make him stop drawing pages.
Yeah, actually what I do is I take 1 page and I take panels and I make 2 pages out of the same panels, but with far more detail and with a cooler camera angle. And yeah, it's a disease, it's a disease. All the time, how can I do this better? Maybe I could do everything from scratch. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it. And that's not good. That's not good, especially when you want to finish faster to give the product faster, but also when you're a perfectionist and you want it to look the best it can. And the thing is that I did a Green Reaper 1 in my old tablet that was an A4 size tablet. And yeah, everything good, everything fine. But now I have this huge tablet, it's huge. And I have access to so much detail, so much more detail. So you guys will see in the campaign that the art has evolved 2,000% to what it used to be. So now I'm just I want to keep on like going that way and improve every time more and more and more. So now I'm using that detail, and if I used to do 1 day per page, not per page but per ink, and 1 day per coloring, now I do 3 and 3.
Oh,
So
wow.
yes, that's a lot more time. Like you're gonna see then the details in the backgrounds and stuff. Like I didn't do that in the first one, but now this is a huge upgrade, both for the issue 2 and for the spin-off. Um, so yeah, I think you guys are gonna love it. I just can't wait to see your reactions. Let me give you a little advice here. When you receive Green Reaper 2 and you're gonna open the book and start reading, make sure you don't have children around you, okay?
Oh,
That's my only advice.
okay. So this is a not one of the, what is it? Not safe for work, NSFW.
The first pages, I would say, yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
so you
this.
come right out the gate swinging.
What do you
Swinging
mean?
what is the question?
So you go. You mean? I mean, like, as soon as this book starts, it's you said it's not safe for children. So you come right out the gate and you're like, bam.
No, I mean, I don't say it just because of explicit content, but for like the depth of the story, there's some concept that it's not that children cannot understand it, but there's something to it that like it's very deep. And there's a lot of lines going on in the same story. It's like complex. So definitely adults would enjoy it more. It's not, we're not thinking about the children when it's my husband who writes it. So it's meant for adults, not in a sense of explicit content, but on a sense of like intellectual like level of depth in the story. However, yes, this time we have the 2 or 3 first pages. Woof, steamy.
Oh, steamy.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
I can't wait to get it.
Yeah, thank you so much for your contribution.
Hey, yeah, I know. I know I'm a little bit late, but I told you that I was going to get in on this before.
Thank you very
it
much.
closed, and I am a man of my word. We got Z Rust in the chat. He says, "Hail chat, hail Z Rust. Good to have you here as well." Yes, Red Gaze dropped the links. Thank you, sir. Back Grim Reaper 2 now. Get in on it before it closes. I think I've said this so many times. Every time that I talk about Grim Reaper, I bring this up, and I'll never get tired of bringing this up because I think it's fantastic that as you're reading the first book, and this kind of spins off of what you were just saying as well. When you read the first book, as you go through the story, you can see you, Carla, evolving as an artist. You can see as the pages progress, your skill level progress as well. And I think that's one of the coolest things that we actually get to view in these Comicscape books that you don't get out of the mainstream. It's usually just pretty flat from page 1 to page 24 in the mainstream. Or if it's, somebody like, throw Jim Lee's name out there, it's the same from page 1 to page 24. But with you guys, with Sim, is the same way. You can see him evolving as the story goes on, as he does more pages, the depth, it widens. You get more details. The lines become clear. You can see you as an artist becoming more confident in your work. And I think that's one of the coolest things that we can see in Comicscape.
Definitely. Thank you for that. And yes, the thing is that there is something going on here. Like the artists, we all have like a specific style which we work with. And I'm going out of my comfort zone this time with the Green Reaper because this is not my original style. My original style is like full manga, and this is not. So probably you're gonna see me adapting to this style and then going back and forth like but the quality itself, yeah, it's been raising a lot, especially because of the tools. Actually, that fire helped me, did wonders for my work.
So kind of a blessing in disguise.
Exactly, yes. I was like, oh no, I was almost finished with the book. We were launching, almost finished, and now I have to redo everything. And now I'm like, hell yeah, I had to redo everything. I'm loving it. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, guys, there's a lot of surprises. We are not showing everything we've got here, okay? I know that the normal thing in the campaigns is to put up in the campaigns the best thing they have, in the campaign, but we actually reserve it. That's why we tend to do these very minimalist kind of covers, just the school. I could have done something colorful, exploding and floating, and no. We just keep it like that, mysterious. So you want to turn the page and you want to open the book, and you're going to find a lot of surprises. So this is what we're doing here. Maybe that's why maybe it's not like a campaign that you are like, oh my goodness. But I promise that when you get the book, you're going to get a lot of surprises, things you didn't expect, and you're going to be surprised in a very good way, both in story and in the art. And as you can see, like the amount of detail I'm using now is like, it has increased a lot.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, that changed a lot. I'm just like accepting my manga roots and owning it.
No, you should. I mean, I think you definitely should. I mean, manga is a huge deal these days. That's kind of what the kids want. You got look at campaigns like Blade Devil and Xenotype out there that are embracing that manga meets Western style.
Yes.
And using it to their advantage.
That's a big inspiration I had, like in the process, because sometimes in the process you get something that changes your perspective of what you're doing, and what can you do?
Yeah.
You just have to keep working, but now you have a different insight. For example, I don't know, it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I discovered Narwhal's art.
Fantastic art.
I discovered Narwhal's art, and now I just have to draw loosely and play with the movement and inspired in Narwhal, and he changed my way in seeing the work. It's not only a style, a visual style, but also a particular way of visualizing the whole project. So that's why I think that Narwhal he has like a statement. He's like his whole creation is so different to what everybody used to see. He has his own way of visualizing stuff, and he reaches his own conclusions. Like, why should I cross-hatch this? I don't care if this very famous artist is cross-hatching everything. I can do it with the color. I'm gonna do it with the color. It works for me. So that way of putting thought into stuff, like, relearning stuff, rethinking stuff, not taking anything for granted. That's what I admire so much about Narwhal and inspired me so much. But yeah, that was like a week ago. So now, like, you will see inspiration from Narwhal. I'm constantly getting like inspired by so many artists, and Blade Devil and Xenotype become a very big influence in the manga side of the things, because when I first started, I didn't see much of the manga side of CG, but now I did, so I'm like embracing it.
It's kind of been hiding in the shadows, to be honest with you. It's only very recently, more or less, come to the surface. Narwhal he's honestly a trailblazing artist.
Yeah.
Some people look at his shit. A lot of anti-CGers will look at that shit and go, "Oh, it looks like crap." And all of us who actually appreciate good art are like, "What are you talking about? Like, it's minimalistic. It's gorgeous. His perspectives are on point. It's
the thing with let me say only this. The thing with geniuses is that sometimes they are not understood by regular people.
That's very true. That's very true.
But wait a minute, we're not talking about regular people here.
No, I'm talking about the anti-CG. No, yeah, well, mostly.
Yeah, mostly anti. Right. They're not regular people. Chimera says, "Yeah, that fan art of Blade Devil was really good. Yes, it was.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's my manga power out there."
Hell yeah. El Gargo says, "I love minimal covers." That's actually the cover for Grim Reaper 1 was so minimal, but it was so beautiful. Just that black with the white skull. It was so grabbing.
Thank you very much. Yes, that was the idea. We like to keep it like a little mysterious. We think it goes with the idea and what we visualize about this whole series of the Grim Reaper. We prefer to stick to what we think it works for the story. And maybe if somebody comes and tell us, "Hey, look, a very colorful cover, very detailed cover works better and sells more," I'm sorry, this is what works for the story, and we are loyal to our vision. That's why we are indie in the first place, because we want to stick to our vision. And that's why I admire so much Narwhal's work, because I feel that in his work, that he's super loyal to his own style.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the reason that you're not mainstream is because you don't want an editor breathing down your neck going, oh, you need more details on this cover. Just the half of the skull, that just doesn't work. I think it does work. I think it's very engaging. I think it was a great call. Zero says, definitely watching growth and experimentation are some of the most appealing aspects of art. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
We don't get that in the mainstream anymore. It's only here in CG.
They don't dare to experiment. They are too scared of messing it up because that can mess with the money,
Yeah.
They are too scared. Oh, hell say.
Zade Comics says, Hail Carla, the Ice Queen.
I love that title.
Wait, why is Carla the Ice Queen?
Because I'm a figure skater, of course.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you tend to make things melt.
Oh.
Hell,
red.
You know it's true. You know it's true,
What?
Adam.
What did he say?
He says you tend to make things melt.
Mm.
You know, right? Mm.
Maybe I like it.
Anything but an Ice Queen.
Yep.
I just seen that Mogwai. Somebody mass flagged Mandy's dinosaur prawn book. Lame anti-CG tactics. Boo. I thought it was weird, to be honest, but hey, you're free. Everybody should be free to create whatever you want to create.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If it's not for you, just don't buy it.
Exactly. But anyway, back to the task at hand here, which is Grim Reaper 2. As I said, we've got just 9 hours left. If you haven't backed this, please do so. Share that campaign link out on all your socials. Get some eyes on this. We said before, great value. This is what drew me to this campaign.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Well, it probably won't be the last time you've heard this either.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Shit's melting right now.
I feel like this is some kind of trap you guys are pulling me in, because I get bullied because of my pronunciation of this. But what the hell? These are the sexy pinups, not peanuts. Pinups, okay? This is the first one. These are Themis and Lust. Lust is the scene that is killed in this story. She has a very horrible face, but the body's great, so that's the only thing we care about. And Themis, of course, she's gorgeous. But luckily, we have two more. Help me out here. Two more.
Sexy models.
Designs. This is the anime-based poster of all the characters in Grim Reaper. If you're not that into sexy ladies, you can have this one. This is also the design of the t-shirt. Yeah, we have to respect everybody's taste.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you said this is what the t-shirt's going to be?
Yeah, this is one of the designs of the t-shirts. I'm actually planning some more that I still haven't shown. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I redo stuff. I have late ideas, and so because I already have a couple of backers from the t-shirt, but anyway, I'm still going to message them. Look, these are the final designs. These are all the designs. Like, of course, the one I showed is one of the designs, but I have more. So choose one, any one you want, and I'm gonna print it and deliver it to you. So John and I, we really like this very close customer service thing, like to talk to everybody. Like, it shouldn't be hard to talk to us. We are not big companies. We are people just like you. Okay.
Right.
So we really enjoy. We actually we are happy when somebody reaches to us and asks questions and they are interested, and so don't be afraid, talk to us. Because some people is like, hey, I don't want to bother, but hey, no, come on.
Well, yeah, that's the big difference between us and the mainstream is that yes, our interaction is much higher. We love interacting with customers and fans and that kind of stuff. So yeah, don't ever feel like you are bothering a CG creator, because most of them love to hear your input and love to have that interaction. Exactly. Wanted to go back to this, of course, real quick, because El Gargoyle says that is making my pinup hard.
Wow, that's the intention behind it. So I'm happy to hear that.
And Mogwai Centurion says that anime poster is missing some tentacles.
I should do a 4th design with tentacles.
That's not a hentai poster.
I say, what if we lose the tops and replace them with tentacles?
I like the way you think, Adam.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, we got Sims in the chat. Hello, Sim.
It's him.
What's up, Sim?
All right, so now that we're all hot and heavy over this anime poster here, you got a beefcake here for the ladies as well.
Yeah, that's Asriel, the Angel of Death, and we are using him in very bad ways. You know, where John is always saying everybody in all streams that he posts to model for that pinup. So I don't know if you believe him or not, but this is the pinup, the sexy pinup of the Angel of Death.
I can get on board with this as well.
Yeah, why not?
So one of the things that I think is really awesome here is you guys put out Grim Reaper, the first book, late last year. You raised almost, just not quite $1,800 from 59 backers. You're already sitting at $2,700 with 74. Actually, should I refresh?
Yeah, you should refresh. Yeah.
I refresh it, shouldn't I? 28. Ooh, I like that. 28 with 75 backers. Excuse me. So you guys are showing growth already, and this was after, because the first campaign, you guys actually got quite a bit more backers after you closed, or after the campaign itself closed. You stayed in demand,
Yes.
and you actually got quite a few backers because you had a quick turnaround. I think you put on here like March or something for delivery, and like I had my book like a month or maybe 2 months after the campaign closed. So you guys were on that delivery,
and that actually was delayed.
and that was delayed.
Yeah, because this first campaign it finished in October, and in November we already fulfilled everything. So it was just the next month. So we are very proud of that. Everybody received it very quickly. They were very gladly surprised, and then people started taking us a little bit more seriously because they saw that we were actually delivering. And the moment we started seeing in Twitter everybody like taking photos and, hey, look, I received the Grim Reaper, it's looking good, I like it, I enjoyed it, and they were uploading pictures and reviews. A lot of people wanted to back it. So for me, the fulfillment at the end of the campaign is just one more step to get even more sales, So we want to do it as fast as possible without sacrificing the quality, of course. But yeah, we want to do it fast. We are very interested in doing it fast. And also because it's boring with like just having to wait like a year to get the book. No, why? No.
Yeah, I mean that's a big complaint in the crowdfunding business right now, is that once the campaign goes in demand or closes, then you've got to wait so long for these books to actually hit your hands. You guys being, you were a relatively unknown entity when you launched the first book, and getting that quick turnaround, brought, like you said, it brought more eyes on you and said, look, we're in it to win it. We're going to deliver a quality product as quick as we can. The book's ready to go. Boom. And I assume the plan is the same with Grim Reaper 2. Am I right?
Yes, exactly. And actually, like, we don't do this only because of the fact that people is complaining. No, even if they don't complain, we as buyers, imagine I buy something and I like it and I want to read more. If I have to wait a lot, it does happen to me with an anime called Yuri on Ice that I loved, but we've been 4 years waiting for that freaking movie, and I just don't like it anymore. I waited for it so long that I just don't like it anymore. And I never was angry with anybody, or I never complained or anything. I was just waiting, very loyal. I was very loyal and waiting like this, like a good girl. But I ended up losing the interest. And We really don't want that to happen. We don't want our backers to forget about the Green Reaper. So again, we are trying to do it fast. So we already have planned the rest of the year. We have 2 more projects lined up for this year. All right, we're not gonna do the Green Reaper 3 right away. We're gonna do Cosmo Monkey first. We're gonna talk about that later. But
I'm sorry. Wait a second. Hold on. You said Cosmic Monkey?
Cosmo.
Cosmo Monkey.
Yeah. And
can you go into more depth on that, pretty please?
Well, that's actually my husband's job, but I'm gonna be a very bad wife and tell you about it. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for the new contribution. Thank you, guys. So yeah, Cosmo Monkey is the story with which my husband and I met. The first thing I ever received from John in my life was the script for Cosmo Monkey. And I was like, oh, Cosmo Monkey, come on, whatever. You know, I was working as a freelancer, receiving all kinds of crap as scripts from my clients. I'm sorry, guys. So I was like, oh, come on, Cosmo Monkey. And then I started reading it, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I need to read more about this. I really liked it. The story is about, okay, how can I say this
without giving too much away?
No, without giving too much away, but like in the good words. Anyway, I'm gonna try. Okay, so my husband loves Russia. I don't know why, but this is happening in Soviet Russia. Some scientists are experimenting in a base with animals, right? And they want to send Laika, you know, the dog that was sent in the Sputnik to the moon as an experiment. They actually decide to send a different animal, one that resembles more of the humans. So they choose a Japanese macaque, like I don't know how it's pronounced, a monkey, because he's more intelligent than dogs. He can actually, like, they can train him to do something when he's in the Sputnik. So the idea is to train this monkey to press a button so he can return from space. And that way, the Russians would win against the Americans in taking an animal way and back to the moon. Okay? So they train Cosmo, and then they take it to the space. And the thing is that when the monkey is on the space, in the spaceship, he freaks out. He gets too nervous and he fails. He doesn't pull the button. He just freaks out. And then the spaceship crashes in a planet, okay? And he dies, of course. So some aliens find him and they alter him. They make some alterations in him and send him back to the Earth as a joke for the human.
Oh my God.
Because they are like, these humans are so mean to the animals. Let's just teach them a lesson. So Cosmo now is super smart. He's super intelligent. Like he's the most badass monkey ever. And he's back for revenge. And he wants to set the rest of the animals in the lab free. And this monkey is so fun. Like he's like very like sarcastic, and I don't know. It's in a way that only John can like explain it and write those dialogues. You have to see it. I already script the trailer for that. This is not the correct moment to say this, but I'm actually counting on Red to voice one of my characters for the trailer. I'm sorry, Red.
Oh, Red, I think you just got a job offer.
It's my pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you.
That story took a left turn. Like I felt I was following you, and I was like, okay, this is a cool concept. And then boom, aliens, genetic modification, back to Earth. And like my mind just went.
I'm assuming I get to be the monkey.
No. You're not the
Damn
monkey. But yeah, like I already have like the storyboard for that trailer, and it's just like it makes my brain explode. But I don't want to get too excited because I have to finish Green Reaper 2 first, okay? I'm always behind. My husband is always writing new stuff, and he gets me excited about future projects. And I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be excited about this one because I'm drawing this one. Okay, like don't do that.
Task
Okay?
at hand, John. Task at hand.
Yeah. So anyway.
See, that's where that's the unfair advantage of the writer versus the artist is we as writers can pump out material a hell of a lot faster than you artists can put out quality work. So we're always going to be a few steps ahead in that department, unfortunately for you.
John told me I have 14 campaigns written.
14. Damn.
Advance.
That man has got some plans.
The good part of it is that he then merges them together, and makes a very solid story with all of them.
Okay.
Thankfully. Yeah.
So there's going to be, so do you mean like there's going to be interconnectivity, or you just mean that he's just got all these ideas that he kind of mashes together into one large IP?
No, I mean, the thing is that these ideas, he writes them behind a concept, right? So this concept, for example, death, right? Like here in GRIM REAPER, death is everywhere. It's in all times in history, in all circumstances, in all countries, death is always there. So the concept of death being the hero of the story, it's so easy to use as you want, you can easily put him in everywhere. I'm not saying that the Green Reaper is going to be in Cosmo Monkey. No, that's not the plan. But what I mean is that the ideas are like concepts, are not like, I don't know if I'm explaining myself well, but are like deep stuff that you can adapt easily to other situations,
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Okay.
Shitu says, will there be internet gas in space?
I will definitely persuade my husband to add some gas space. Yes. Internet gas.
Zira says, writers need to branch out their skills. Do some letterings, you bum.
I actually try to make John flatter, be the colors flatter. I don't
How'd
know.
that go?
That was good, but he got bored too easily. He was like, I don't have patience for this. I'm gonna watch a movie. You do it.
You should definitely. I feel like you should definitely train him on doing some lettering. I feel like Zeros. He might have been making a joke here, but I think it's a really good point that writers should take the time to learn Photoshop or whatever program you use and figure out how to do your own lettering, because it would definitely save a lot of these guys money. I know Eric Weathers doesn't want to hear this because he letters just about everything in Comicsgate, but it would definitely save on these, up and coming writers who don't have anything out and they've got a budget to work with. Don't hire somebody to do something that you can do yourself with just a little bit of training.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. That's actually something I was looking into.
Thank you. Mogwai Centurion says lettering works best in Illustrator. That's what I was thinking. I said Photoshop, but I was thinking Illustrator in my mind. Yeah, Zaid Comics says I letter all my work. Yes, he does. He's a fantastic letterer, actually.
That's awesome.
Shatu says, yeah, Z-Russ, Gail Simone can at least cut hair.
You can't say she's not branching out.
Oh, that's a very good point. Very good point. I don't think I'll be. I don't even cut my own hair, much less cutting anybody else's hair.
I do cut my own hair.
Do you? You just like shave? You just like buzz yours off, though?
Yeah, pretty much.
So anyway, back Grim Reaper 2. I can't say this enough. Let's hit refresh again, see if it jumped up anymore.
Well,
yes, thank you very much, guys.
DC2 had another important question earlier in the chat. He wanted to know if Gabriel has pubic hairs or pubic feathers.
Oh, I meant to come back around to that. I actually did, because I did see that. So
what do you
yes.
think?
Ooh, what do I think? I think he has pubic feathers.
Pubic feathers would definitely be more interesting.
Then pubic feathers it is.
I mean, look at him though. Like there's not a lot of other than his head, there doesn't seem to be a speck of hair on his body. So
Yep.
I
It
would
would be
have
like
to say
like a nice little bird.
no pubes at all is what I would think.
Yeah. Yep. Probably. That's a very nice question. I never actually like asked myself that question, but it's always they always come out questions.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The chat will never fail to think of something that you have overlooked.
Yep, definitely. And there, wait a second. There.
Whoa. This
Yes, that's Smokey. That's one of the horses of the apocalypse. And Smokey talks. He can speak. I don't know why. Ask my husband. I don't know why he can speak, but he does. And he is like the best friend of the Green Reaper, and it gave him some kind of this Ghost Rider vibes to the story. But yeah, I like the horse. Somebody once asked me if the horse could actually speak, or if he was like projecting in the Green Reaper's mind what he was saying. That was a very interesting question.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
that
question.
is a good question.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of I want to say historically, but it's not really historical. So, like fictionally, historically, a lot of people do go with telepathy for demons and creatures of the underworld and that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
So I just had to make this image big because this is awesome. This is great work here, Carla.
Thanks. Yeah, this was one of the examples I redid. I already did this picture, but I did it again, and now it looks so much better than the first time around. That's what I'm talking about, guys. There's a lot of detail put in there, so yeah, I think it definitely looks so much better. So you are in for a surprise when you get this book. Okay, you're gonna love it. And remember that we also have the spin-off that we're going to talk about later, but the spin-off is all manga style, okay? It's not this blend, it's manga style. So you're going to have a lot of variety to choose from there. But I'm really curious about what people would think about that, like which one they like better aesthetically. It's also like a small kind of experimenting too, like to see what people like more,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think that's cool. The Smokey thing is cool, just because I like to see characters upgrade too. So it's really cool that he's got a mount in this now, and a new companion at the same time.
Yeah. When you talk about Smokey to John, he gets so excited.
That's one of those characters very dear to him.
Or is that just what you guys call it?
Oh, Red.
What? Oh, sorry. My bad. Continue. Apologies.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
Red pair. Shame on you.
Hey, you invited me. You knew what you were getting.
I did. El Gargo has a question. He says, or asks, I'm sorry, how big is this pinup and how dark is this pinup?
As much as you want it to be, okay? You just have to ask.
Oh. So, you could go like full poster size? Is that what you're saying?
No, he's not talking about that.
Oh, that pinup. Oh, the other pinup. Well, I mean, it could still be poster size.
Actually, we used to have these. Let me see if I can find it here. I just had it a second ago. Here we have the first book, right?
Oh, what happened?
Oh, wrong button. Okay, there we go. Boomer moment. Finger slip.
Here we have the first book, as you can see, all shiny, all cute. Here we have the cemetery with all the backers from the first time around. We kill you all as we promised.
I'm in that cemetery.
Yeah, you're in the cemetery. And yeah, here we have some pages. As you can see, the quality is great. Well, I supposed to show it like
there we go. That's better.
Yeah. Yeah, it varies the color palette according to the scene. Hal Drew, thank you. Yeah, it varies the colors depending on the scene, so you will never get bored of what you're seeing. As you can see, look, every scene has a different palette. So the idea is to offer a lot of variety, so you never get bored. visually and also in story wise. Yeah, here are the babies. I love them.
I love how you killed Tim Lim's bunny twice.
Oh, yeah.
You have the 2 dead bunnies hung up on the wall. That is my favorite page of that entire comic.
He's very dead there.
He's very
Yep. Yeah, but I wasn't going to show you this. I was actually going to show you this. This is the pinup. It's a very small one, but I actually didn't want it to be this small. It just came out to be this, but I'm gonna do bigger ones this time around. So if that answers your question, El Gargle, if this was what you were talking about.
That remains to be debated, I think.
Yeah.
But that's good to know. That is good to know. I like personally, I think pinups should be just about the size of the comic.
Yeah.
You don't want to go too big because then you got to upgrade your mailer size and then you're spending more on shipping.
Yeah.
The smaller ones I think are fine too, but my personal preference is just like right about the same size as the comic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Dusha2 asks, how many parts are planned for Grim Reaper?
Grim Reaper is a trilogy, okay? It's gonna be three campaigns in total. However, my husband is a pain, and he has a lot of ideas. And he's always writing and writing and writing. No, but I have this amazing idea. You have to do it. This is not negotiable. You have to include it in the Grim Reaper. There has to be an extra book in that campaign. And then we can have an extra of the extra book. Hey, calm down. This is one campaign, okay? So in this time, we have issue 2 and the spin-off, courtesy of my husband, okay? And in the third campaign, it's gonna be at the end of the year, we're gonna launch it in Halloween. There's gonna be Grim Reaper 3 and the second part of the spin-off. So 2 books, okay? Yeah, he couldn't help himself. He had to keep writing and he wanted to include that. So yeah, we had to include 2 books per campaign. So yeah, it's a trilogy, basically.
Sounds like he's always keeping you busy.
Yes. He pays me in Cheez-Its.
Hey,
Which works
worse
good.
payments. There's worse payments. Cheez-Its are pretty damn good.
I know. That's very good. For now, because I'm planning on working on my CG fit body for the convention next year, so the Cheez-Its are going to turn into spinac soon. So yeah.
So you're also working on your CG bod. That's good.
Of course. CG beach bod.
You're gonna be your own table girl.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people will mistake me from a Wacom tablet.
I'm just gonna push in and steal a corner of your table because I think that'll be the most popular.
I think so too. Yeah. Can I get a booth right next to yours?
Oh my.
Froggo's throwing. I think those are peanuts.
Sexy peanuts, yeah.
Sexy peanuts.
You're so mean, Frogo. I love you. Okay, don't be mean.
The reason I asked you to say peanuts in the chat earlier is because when you say peanuts and not pinups, your peanut sounds like penis.
What can I say, Alan?
You can say peanuts.
That's why I was like, say peanuts.
You guys are so mean.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's all out of love.
It is definitely. It is.
You know that if you ask me the right way, I'm gonna say the word all you want, okay?
Okay. Well.
Anyway, back to Grim Reaper 2.
Yeah, the point is
what?
back
What were we talking about?
I'm just joking, guys. You know, if you are subscribed to White Cat Comics, which is my YouTube channel, you know I'm always joking about this stuff, okay? So subscribe if you aren't.
Yeah.
Cargo says, focus, Carla, focus.
Can you read that, Carla?
I'm sorry. Thank you, my friend. That's why I need you guys. I need you to remind me to stay focused. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I was skimming through your preview art on the campaign page, and I came across this one that I couldn't help but laugh at. How you have this black blob across the letter that says "spoiler alert" on it.
I believe that's the laziest way in which you can like not spoil the letter. But anyway, I had to do it. Yeah, it is what it is.
No, I like it.
I used to have this parental advisory thing beforehand, but then I redid all. I also thank you for the new subscribers in the channel. Thank you very much. You are very obedient. I like that. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, make sure you definitely, if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed to White Cat Comics. I did put the link in the description of the video. I can't quite pull it up right now, or else I would drop it right in the chat for all you lazy bums.
I'll grab that for you.
Thank you, Red. I knew I had you here for a reason.
It's definitely not brilliant commentary.
It's some kind of commentary. See, who says so? See me as a backer of Trilogy Combo when it's released. Okay.
All right, awesome. Yeah, we actually we are following the Beanie path, so we want to do what Beanie did with his books, like to put everything together in a book. We are not boner kings, so probably not hardcover, but well, other things can be hard. Maybe not the cover.
Jesus, yeah. Carla.
I'm sorry. I have no filter at this time of the day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with myself either. Hell, guys.
I'm going to ignore that last comment.
Oh, Carla. Anyhow, yeah, you gotta. God, okay, I've got to refocus my train of thought.
Reaper 2.
But Reaper 2, that's the only thing I care about. No, guys, I don't know why you have that dirty minds. I was just talking about like the cardboard in the campaign. You know, that has
right.
Peanuts.
Right. Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
I have no idea anymore, to be honest.
That's the problem with working with guys. They always think about weird stuff. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Dumb.
Just coming from the girl who was talking about booty pretty incessantly on her last stream.
No, that's just illustrative purposes.
Right.
Zayd Comics said, "How married is she?"
Oh damn!
I am really married and very happily married. Don't worry about that.
Easy, Phil.
With my husband, John Gallagher.
Goodness. Anyway, I think doing a combo like a would be a great idea. Yeah, you have to be Vinny to go all out and do the oversized hardback book.
I know, and also he's a king. You know, he's a king. We're just building our way. You know, we cannot compare ourselves to royalty, of course. So we're starting slowly but surely, and yeah, we definitely want to do like some like graphic novel format, like a lot of like the whole story in one book. Some people prefer that way to have like you know, I try to describe the book, but I don't want it to sound bad because I know you guys are gonna get me. So I'm trying to say this the most professional way possible.
I don't know why you're now all of a sudden trying to be professional, but go ahead.
I know, like we got like awkward here.
I blame Phil.
Hmm?
I blame Phil for the awkwardness.
Yeah, I think it was Phil. Yeah, but well, I forgive him because he backed the Grim Reaper, and thank you, Phil. Thank you for that. But you know, I'm very, very married, but I still talk about this kind of stuff, and John laughs with me.
Zayd says I was talking about you, Adam. Well, you know that I am very happily married, Phil.
Yes, Phil. We love you, Phil. We love you.
I don't even know if I want to highlight El Gargoyle's last comment here.
I want to see it. I don't see anything.
Well, John must have a good Johnson for Carla to be talking about penis a lot.
That's his fault.
So that's okay.
He made me an addict.
Confirmed.
Yeah. Confirmed. There it is. There you have it, folks. Hey, we build this as a pre-war campaign stream, so no one should be really surprised that we went a little heavy on the degeneracy.
This is a conspiracy to ban your channel, Adam.
I'm still up.
Yeah.
I'm still up. I just I can't show any pogs. That's the only thing that seems to get the channel struck is don't show pogs.
Yeah,
Pogs are from the devil.
I got taken down twice last night, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it was great. First one was hit with age restriction. The second one, I actually appealed and it went back up. But yeah,
age restriction. What were you showing, gays?
You know, Walmart. I got to tell you, it's difficult to navigate that People of Walmart site without showing ass crack.
Yeah, that's a good point. You should probably just stay away from.
No, I refuse. The haters will not win. I have viewers that show up just to see Walmart.
Do you?
I will not disappoint them. Yes.
I was actually supposed to go on with Ink Spots on Monday night. Right? Today's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
the days are blurring. But yeah, I was supposed to go with Ink Spots on Monday, and before I could even jump on the stream, he sent me a DM. He was like, "Well, stream got taken down." It's like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "We can't talk about the Sharona." I was like, "Oh yeah, they've got there's a big ban on beer talk, as it were, the beer virus." Zayd says, "So I like this page." Yeah, this is a good page as well.
Thank you, Phil. Yeah, this page, we are seeing the biggest and worst enemy of the story. You know, all the enemies in this story are the sins that came out of Pandora's box, but this is the worst one. For the Greek, the worst sin, the worst thing ever was hope. That's for them the worst thing that can happen to you. And I think they were very wise. So in this case, Hope is a politician. She's running for president. And she's always giving the humans hope. And they have a very interesting dialogue here with the Grim Reaper. Because Hope, she sees this, how do you say, the person that opens the door in a building? How do you call that?
Doorman?
Yeah, the doorman. She sees the doorman is like, hey, George, how's your wife? And he's like, oh yeah, she's very sick in the hospital, but she's a little better today. And Hope tells her, I know she's gonna be good. You're gonna see that tomorrow she's gonna return home safely. Oh yeah, bless your heart, bless you. I'm so happy. But the Green Reaper comes and says to Hope, what do you tell him that? You know she's gonna die tomorrow. But that's the whole point, you know, she gives them hope because she says she loves humans and that's the way she thinks she's helping them. Because for a little amount of time, they are feeling happier than they were. So there's a whole philosophical background here that John loves writing about. So that's why she's the worst enemy here in the story. But there's a lot more of stuff going on. A lot of different lines in the same story. It's a very solid, dense story. So yeah, that's what I'm allowed to say about Hope.
No, I go ahead, Red.
Sorry, I was just gonna say there's a lot there because we all know Hope is a bitch.
Yeah, she is. In this case, she has like the face of an enemy, but she's actually like, yeah. But she has her group of politicians that are working with her, and the prime minister is Chris Evans. You know, Chris got the drawing tier. So
why that comes to a shock to no one.
Yeah, he's gonna be the prime minister here, so he's gonna be very evil. But
come on, Chris.
Yes, Chris. Chris is a very bad guy, you know. And then the Green Reaper has to go to the infra world, the underworld. Sorry, that's in Spanish, inframundo. To the underworld, and there's a lot of different creatures there. We're gonna see Piper as a werewolf. We're gonna see a very evil, sexy, dancing, hellish frog there. You know, there's a lot of like Easter eggs for you guys from the CG community that you're gonna find, and you're gonna laugh a lot.
See, I think that's always a lot of fun too with these CG books, is all like the little inserts and the Easter eggs that are usually thrown throughout these books of, other CGers, or, like you said, the drawn in tiers where you can actually become a character. And most of the time, usually you die a glorious death in these books. I keep telling people you need to get the Blood Hunt package that has the variant wraparound cover, because I die a glorious death on that cover.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So love me or hate me, just buy the cover so you can see me die gloriously.
Yeah, I saw the work in progress by Sim, and it's looking amazing.
Really, I haven't even seen it yet.
Well, I did.
Are you special?
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Joking.
Jiminy Crystal, I'm gonna have to have a word with Sim, I think.
That's every day, though, isn't it?
Pretty much. It's usually, it just varies as to what I'm bitching about. Lately, it's making sure he doesn't add any more pages.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, like I said, he's got the same disease that you have, Carla. He just won't stop most days.
Yeah, it's very contagious.
Now, right now it's at 69 pages, right? So you don't want to mess that up.
No, it's at 72 pages.
Oh, for crying out loud!
He blew right past the 69 that I had him stopped at.
Damn it, Sim!
I had him right there at 69. That was our magic number. And then the next thing I know, he was like, added 4 more pages. It's like, Sim. It was supposed to be the 10K stretch goal that he was going to add more pages, and then he was like, stretch goal, schmetch goal. We're just going to add the pages for everybody anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving like that. It's that Canadian good-heartedness that he's got.
He definitely is.
He's the best guy ever.
Froggo in the chat, he says, I have been blessed by several to be mentioned or a cameo. I am beyond humbled and honored. Hell yeah, Froggo. You're an easy cameo to sneak in there, though. You just put a cute little tree frog somewhere, and boom, there's your Froggo cameo.
We all love you, Froggo. We cannot just not do it. We have to do it. We have to do it some way. You help us so much. You are just in the middle of the night, like waking up to go to the bathroom, and you see with the phone, and then you see like Froggo at 2 a.m. like in different conversations. Hey, you should check the Grim Reaper 2 by John and Carla. Like, he's amazing. Thank you for that, Froggo. Like, you're always like pushing so hard for our project.
It's like Tinfoil Head Nick says, we never close.
Yeah. And
never close.
He's another person who's always, every single day of his life, pushing for the Grim Reaper. So, but that's the thing. There's so many people that help us and help us so much that you just can't name them all.
No.
It's a beautiful community.
Yeah, it really is. People think that's a dirty word, though. Community. I say nay. Whatever. We are a family.
Yep.
We are family.
It's one of those words that got negative connotations just because of the people who used it and how they used it.
That's true. Yeah. Hey, we got Rosetta Allen in the chat. She says, hello, sweet comic artists.
Hey, Rosetta, hail.
I don't know who those...
Yeah, there's only one here.
Yeah, there's only one. If you've seen my work, it is definitely not sweet.
Yeah. But I say take back the words. Don't let them have these words. They don't belong to them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Why do they get to use these words? Do says hashtag cult gang. That's still my favorite.
Yeah, I mean that's the same thing as family, right?
Basically.
It's the same for us.
Basically, I mean we are the Comicsgate Mafia.
Okay. We're a lot of stuff, as I can see.
Well, we don't think we're like a mafia? I think so. We have our Godfather, Zach. We've got our main muscle, War Campaign.
Organized crime.
Whoa. Metaphorical.
Oh, okay.
Metaphorical.
Okay.
Let me tell you what the crime is. The Grim Reaper 2 isn't at $3,000 yet. That's the crime here.
I think so. And the crime is that I'm gonna have to burn my husband's T-shirt because that was the deal. If we don't get to 3K, I'm burning John's favorite T-shirt. So if you wanna save the T-shirt, like be a good, nice, good boy.
Yeah, and if you want to save the apartment complex too, because you know what happens when Carla gets a hold of fire.
Yeah,
Shit.
exactly.
Yes, help save John's favorite red shirt that Carla hates with a passion, and let's get Grim Reaper 2 up over the $3,000 mark.
I want to see that shirt survive.
I do too, because I know I have a favorite shirt that I would be devastated if anything happened to it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I bet that your favorite shirt is not full of holes and you know.
You don't know me very well then.
Okay, then you're like my husband. No,
eventually I do retire my shirts, but for some reason I don't know if it's just the choice of like shirts that I usually end up with, but I do always end up with a lot of holes throughout my t-shirts.
That just means they're well worn and well loved.
I guess.
Maybe that's just ventilation.
Or maybe you buy cheap shit. I don't know.
Maybe you go to Walmart too much.
Hey, wait a minute.
I hardly ever buy any clothes from Walmart. Thank you very much.
I'm not gonna lie, I do.
Yeah, me too, but I never like break it or anything. Anyway.
Zero says moths.
Yeah, that could be too.
Could be.
Dude says, you just like holes, Adam. Well, I can't deny that.
I like big holes and I can't lie.
Whoa, big? Wait a minute.
I kind of like them small. Anywho, back Grim Reaper 2.
Yeah, do that. Immediately.
So this nonsense can come to a screeching halt, please.
Oh my. Look at the things you make me say.
Well, I'm not. No, whoa.
Thought police.
Whoa. I feel like this is all on you, actually.
It's true.
Blah, 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 blah.
Here I was, thinking we could have a nice wholesome stream together, and it did not take too long for this whole thing to go off the rails.
I love you guys.
I think it's still on the rails. It's hanging on by a thread.
It's like a roller coaster when it takes a really sharp turn, where it's up on two wheels.
But that's why it's fun. That's why it's fun.
Balancing there.
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat? Any questions or anything that Carla can answer for you? Please keep them PG-13 if you would. I beg of you. Red, did you have anything? I know you guys were just hanging out, but was there anything you wanted to bring up?
No, this is Carla's stream.
No, come on. Yeah, back Sandstorm, get in the mailing list. I'm working in the cover for the visual companion, so you should get there. Woo.
Yeah, what she said. Yeah, sign up for the mailing list. It's going to be launching very soon, any day now. And those who do sign up for the mailing list will get access to a secret perk with exclusives that you will not be able to get when the campaign. Otherwise.
Hail exclusives. I love exclusives.
Yeah,
hey, you just got another backer. Rosetta Allen says backed and shared. Hail, sister.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much, Rosetta. Thank you so much. And yeah, like I'm so looking forward to Red's audiobook. Like I want to hear the book. I want Red to read the book.
You are making that a stretch goal, right?
Slow down. That has not been promised. Yes, it will be a stretch goal. But actually, Vinny gave me a good idea on that because I was researching audiobooks and how ridiculously expensive it can be to put them together. He came up with the idea of just making it available unlisted on YouTube and making it available to backers or through Google Drive.
That's
not a bad idea. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that would definitely help me, bring it down on the stretch goal list for sure.
Of course.
Yeah, instead of actually going through the entire production of it all.
Yeah.
Do you have a soundboard? Can you do add like thunder cracks and spaceship noises in the background?
I can. Right now, my sound effects are fairly limited. I'm pretty sure I do have thunder, though. I'll throw that in there just for you.
Just right in the intro, like Sunsworn by the Red Gaze.
Yeah, and if I do that, I will.
Like a
absolutely-
5-year-old.
I could do all your sound effects for you if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, going that route, I will invest in new software, to get some more audio effects and just make it a little more streamlined, a little better to listen to.
Joe has a question for you, Carla. What is your favorite anime?
Well, I can't decide for a favorite anime. There's a lot of animes I really, really like. It depends on the age I was when I watched it. But if I can, thank you, new backer. But if I can say one, I would say I really like Re Zero. Re Zero, as you say. I say Re Zero.
I
You
like
savages
the
say.
way you say it much better.
Yeah, thank you. Oh my goodness!
Look at that. We are $100 away from
John will
from
be-
saving John's shirt.
Oh my goodness! John will be happy that we saved the shirt, and I don't want to save his shirt.
Carla's gritting her teeth and John's jumping for joy.
You know that last night I was like, oh, it was fun, like during the campaign. It was sad we couldn't reach to the 3K, but well, whatever. And now like we're gonna be like, oh no, we actually have to save the shirts. Anyway.
Yeah, we have 8 hours to do it. I want to see it happen before the campaign closes.
Thank you so much to the new backers. Thank you very much.
Like I said, with the first campaign, you guys gained quite a bit of traction after you went in demand because of all the books
Yes.
getting shipped out, and people showing them off and raving about them on YouTube channels and Twitters and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely think that this has the potential to at least get to that $4,000 mark before it's all said and done.
Do you really think so? That would be awesome.
I really do think so. I really
Absolutely.
do.
It will be awesome. It will be awesome. We are very happy, especially because of the number of backers, right? Because the first time around, all our freaking backers return. Okay, so that's something, right?
That's
happy.
Yeah. That's a big something, actually.
Yes.
All the backers returned, and you have gained backers on top of that. So you guys are growing, and it might not be huge, but like you said, you closed the first campaign just under $1,800, and you're already sitting at $2,900. So that's a pretty big increase, really.
It's amazing. Thank you so much, guys. And I think that it also has to do, we try to look at the backers. It's 77. I think it's a lot of people, because last campaign I did like 40 something envelopes, and now it's 77. I'm scared. The thing is that we are selling the books so cheap that the numbers don't rise as fast as they should, but it's only because we are selling a very low price for the books. That's the only reason why we don't have as big numbers as other campaigns, like with more or less the same amount of backers we do. However, we wanted to do it this way because we first want everybody to read the book. Because it's very easy to talk about the art, because you just have to open the campaign and you already have an opinion about the art. Oh, I like it, I don't like it, it's cool, it's not cool. But about the story, you actually have to read it. So I really want everybody to read the work of my husband. I really want them to actually experience it, so they see the quality of the project, right? Because at first everybody judges by the art, and this is not an art book, okay? This is a comic book. So we want to give everybody the chance to read it. That's why we enabled the PDFs, the electronic files, and the price is very low, so everybody can read it. Then we will raise it a little bit, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. However, the quality is gonna increase also, and the page count is also going to increase. So you're gonna be fine, okay?
Yeah, and I think, you guys are just going to keep growing. I would definitely love to see this hit 100 backers before all is said and done, and I really do think it's possible. Because, and you brought up a really good point there. You can look at the campaign page, you can look at the art, and you can formulate an opinion on it. When I backed the first campaign, I talked to you guys, I liked you guys. you both are very fun to talk to. John's very passionate about his storytelling. You're very passionate about your art. That always says something, going into a campaign blind, as it were. But I was overwhelmed when I actually got the book. I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. And I hope you don't take that the wrong way or anything, but that's just, I had expectations and you blew my expectations away.
Thank you very much. And yeah, no, not at all. It's exactly what I was saying at first. We like to keep things mysterious, so then boom, you get a surprise. And when you, for example, when you are doing these huge preparations and everybody's like, it's gonna be awesome, super awesome, oh my God, and then you receive it and it's not as awesome as you thought, you always keep with the impression that, But when you don't expect much, because we didn't show you the cover, we didn't show you like a lot of stuff, a lot of really amazing pages. I put like standard pages. I didn't put the best pages. I have them reserved, but that's on purpose because we know that's the way. That's our like secrets. That's how we make sure that the backers return, because they know that if this is good, when they receive it, it's gonna be so much better than what they thought it was going to be. So the impression is it's awesome, right? Because you are not telling them it's awesome, you're showing them it's awesome. So it's very important. That philosophy is very important in comic books. You don't have to tell stuff, but you show it, like,
Yeah.
Especially with my husband, we talk about this a lot because he gets very wordy. He's a writer, of course. But I tell him, okay, we should explain this visually, this way, not writing that, and that's something we have to adapt the script to this visual way of storytelling,
Yeah.
But there's a purpose behind the images. It's not just to show everybody how cool my technique is. It serves the purpose of the story. So I think that's very important to keep in mind. We all have to be very humble, especially artists, because artists, we often become like very like big egos, like, oh, everybody likes my art.
No, not artists.
No artists.
Never. I haven't seen that. I haven't experienced that. I don't know what you're talking about.
No way. Artist with a big head? No way.
Yeah, so I believe that you first, artist 101, okay? Like we were talking about that, we read earlier in my show. You always have to do what the writer says, because the writer actually has an explanation behind what he's telling you to do, right? And the second thing, you always have to say, remember what your place is, okay? And your place is the way in which you help the story to develop and to explain the story. You are the canal, I don't know how to say, in which like you're just a tool to show the story. You're not the center of everything, okay? And you have to remind yourself that. And if you get too much like greedy and you want to make huge, amazing details and stuff, if the story is going quick, you're gonna ruin it, because people is gonna stare at your panel and all your pretty details when the story has to go quick. Then if the story stops, or there's a moment where there's a landscape or something, there you can like take your time and do all the details, and everybody's gonna be like, wow. But because the story is meant to be like that. So I think it's very different being an artist in general from being a comic book artist. I'm done ranting, sorry.
No, you made some really good points there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we talk about this a lot with John. Because always like the artist is like the everybody, of course, they always see the art, obviously, but they go to, oh, who did this? And they go talk to the artist and the writer, kri, 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 kri. So that's why I designed the campaign this way. It's cheap because I want everybody to actually be able to buy it and to read it. And that's how they will actually understand what the Grim Reaper universe is about, okay? That's it.
No, I think you did a great job putting the campaign together, everything. Something that I did just notice that I wanted to bring up to you is that you, from what I just seen, the only way to get another issue of issue 1 if you missed it is the featured Inferno perk. Is that correct?
Well, actually, yes. We didn't made a tier only for issue 1, but of course, if you message us, we can send you. There's no problem.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
just gonna say that you could build it in as an add-on. So like somebody who if they just wanted the Thanatos perk here, the 1 physical copy of issue 2 at checkout, they could add on an issue 1 if they missed it, or even for like even for like say the bigger tiers down here, like this, you get with Paradiso. You get the physical copy of 2, physical copy of the spin-off, pinup sketch, the shirt, and then if they're new to the campaign, they could add on the issue 1 at checkout. And I mean, you can still do that in the next couple hours, and I mean, it'll save as it goes in demand.
That's a really good idea. Yes.
I can't believe I didn't notice this before. Honestly, like I've looked at this campaign, and I can't tell you how many times, and I never realized that the only one that actually has the issue 1 in the perk is the featured perk.
Yeah, you're right. For now, if you want issue 1, you can just DM me, or you can write in the Indiegogo. But yeah, I'm probably gonna make an add-on. I'm actually tempted to add more pages to issue 1, but I shouldn't. I'm fighting with my disease, okay?
Calm down,
so
Simon.
there's a reason behind it, okay?
Calm down, Mrs. Sim.
There's a minimum of 40 pages to make the book perfect bound, okay? And we are making issue 2 perfect bound. I don't know if we're gonna do perfect bound 2 with that one. So as you can see, I have no idea. It's gonna be definitely more than 20 something, definitely. Probably it can reach 40. If it reaches 40, it's gonna be perfect bound 2. Issue 2 is definitely going to be perfect bound. But issue 1 is 36 pages. Don't tell me it's not tempting to add just 4 more pages and boom, perfect bound.
Okay. How about, I think I can fix this problem for you right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can add 4 pages of extra content without messing with the story in any way or anything like that. You could do, your own, you could do a pinup page, a behind the scenes page, and like a page of, or 2 pages of character concepts.
I already have that sketched, so thank you.
And a page of you and John doing Kung Fu.
Doing what?
Kung Fu.
That is not where I thought you were going with that, Red, but okay. I am on board with Carla and John Kung Fu.
Sometimes I struggle understanding Red, but I love you anyway, Red.
Yeah, she beats the hell out of John. You didn't know that?
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh yeah, this is the thing, okay? John, he has a lot of like black belts for martial arts, and he has these very strong arms. Like I swear, like his arm is like a little girl's whole waist. So, and I am the worst with my arms, but I have very strong legs. I'm a skater. So when we fight, he always fights with his upper body and me with my legs. So I always like kick him like a kangaroo. And we're actually like very close with our strength. But of course, the problem is that John has technique because he's a black belt, so of course he knows how to kick my ass. But we're very strong, like, but in our own ways. Anyway, that I know you could have keep going on with your life without knowing that, but I still tell you.
I'm actually like the mental images of you and John wrestling now are all I can think about. So
you can add some oil or mayonnaise if you like it.
Good God, Carla.
Sorry, didn't mean to say it. I'm the Grim Reaper too.
Back Grim Reaper 2. Actually, I feel like that is the perfect spot. So we're gonna wrap it up right there. Drawn and Backfold is about to start on War Campaign D Live channel any minute anyway.
Awesome.
thank you both for coming on. Carla, it has been a pleasure. I cannot stress that enough.
Thank you so much for
I'm glad
having
we got you $100 away from
You're
from
amazing.
saving John's shirt.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for saving that horrible shirt and for buying the Grim Reaper too, and for everything. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Hail to the chat. Yeah, Joe Farago says mayonnaise.
Yeah.
says mayo.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep. And that is where we are definitely going to leave you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you back this campaign if you haven't. Share that link out. Let's get this over $3,000 in the next 8 hours to make sure that we definitely save John's shirt. Because I believe I made the promise the other day that I would buy him a new shirt, and I really don't want to have to buy him a new shirt. I'd rather just save the one he already has. But hail to the chat. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, we will see y'all soon.
Hail everyone.
Bye-bye.